Now, today is Global Handwashing Day, a day that's dedicated to spreading awareness about the importance of hygiene. The theme for 2021 is Our Future is at Hand. Let's move forward together. Hand washing continues to be a very important issue, particularly with the COVID-19 pandemic. And we've seen many countries, including South Africa, slowly trying to get back to some sort of normality. Schools have reopened, learning has commenced, but COVID-19 safety remains a major concern. And with this in mind, the Department of Basic Education is raising awareness in schools around hand washing behaviour. The program has been running since 2018 in a number of provinces, but sadly not the whole country. But let's hear a little bit more about the program. We're joined via Zoom by Haroon Mohamed, who's Deputy Director for Teacher Development and Exams at the Western Cape Education Department. A very good afternoon to you. Thanks so much indeed for joining us.
Good afternoon, and thanks very much for having me.
Well, talk to us a little bit more about this program. I understand it's something that the department introduced even before the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yes, it was introduced in as far back as 2008 already. And, I think unintentionally there was a bit of a vision, an anticipation of what we were going to be experiencing. But that program has been rolled out nationally to all the primary schools in the Western Cape. We just launched today, and it will be reaching over 1,100 schools and over 250,000 learners. In addition to the rollout at grade 1 level, which has happened nationally, today we also launched the program in the higher grades. The intention of the program is to encourage awareness about the importance of washing your hands properly using water and soap, and the obvious preventative health benefits that the practice brings, but also the importance of hygiene and the importance of the hands as a limb of the body.
All right, so before COVID-19, I think with COVID-19 it's pretty obvious why we need to wash our hands, but perhaps not so obvious before that and post-COVID-19. What is it about hand washing and why is it so important? Okay,
so the information that we were able to gather is telling us that 47% of South African households do not have adequate facilities for proper hand washing. And in many of those contexts, because of the deep and difficult socioeconomic conditions that obtain, there are not good hygienic practices around washing your hands regularly. So, we know from the medical information that if you don't wash your hands, diseases like pneumonia, other lung diseases, flu and COVID spread more quickly. And so it's a very, very effective preventative practice for the spread of those fatal diseases.
Have you seen a change in hand washing behavior even before COVID with this program?
Yes. With the surveys that have been done and information gathering, there has been progress made. Obviously, we want to have it happen much faster than it's happening at the moment, and therefore the launch and the event today to try and increase the awareness, to find more creative and consistent and regular messaging around it.
All right, but sadly it's not across the country though. How are you going to make sure that every child in the country gets to this information and is a part of the program?
Okay, so with one of the partners, Macmillan in particular, and Unilever, who sponsored the soap as well as some taps for schools, there is literature that has been developed for teachers to use, which assists them with teaching and learning materials and ideas and practices, and it includes ideas and suggestions for including parents and communities in the process. So there's an extensive program of advocacy and awareness, but then also very specific teaching and learning practices, particularly through the life orientation subject programs.
How young are you starting this program, the children that you're dealing with. I guess, the younger the better, and you form lifelong habits if you start them young.
That's correct, yes. So we've started this program here with the grade ones, and as I mentioned earlier on, there has been since 2008 coverage in the 4 provinces that you mentioned, starting with the grade ones. And then today was the 5th province that was involved, and incrementally it will then be extended to all the other provinces.
Yeah. So where there's no water, what does one do? Because there's still sadly a lot of areas, schools, where there just isn't running water.
Well, this becomes a moment to propel the process of making sure that every area, every school has got running water. So the information that will be coming through from this process will be revealing where the gaps are. And that should be spurring us all on to make sure that running water is available, clean running water is available.
All right. I mean, we're starting to see a little bit of hope and light at the end of the tunnel that, COVID-19 may become something that we'll be talking about in the past tense in the future. Are you worried that we'll go back to our old ways and slow down with the hand washing afterwards? How are you preparing for that?
Okay, we are obviously hoping that doesn't happen. But as I mentioned, within the Western Cape, we've already started a process of making this a theme in every forum and platform where it's relevant to make this a theme. And obviously, one would say that almost every forum is an important one. But we have worked out a plan where every life orientation teacher, every other available opportunity where health and sanitation discussions are taking place, the message is going out. The advocacy is happening amongst all the stakeholders, obviously education being the starting point, but supported then by work in community organizations, other government departments, and private sector, and so on.
Haroon Mohamed, thank you very, very much indeed for joining us, and please continue with this great work. We want everybody washing their hands till eternity after COVID. Thank you so much.
A pleasure. Thank you very much. And everybody becomes an ambassador for this program.
All right. That's Haroon Mohamed from the Western Cape Education Department. Today's International Hand Washing Day. So please go out, spread the word, make sure that people do it as a norm, even after COVID-19. Let's get into that habit right away.